Hello, welcome to Fly Girls Talk, and today we're here with our new guest, and we have MzRonneisha. She's the owner of PrettyHairWeave in Chicago, and she's the owner of Lavish Spurs. I'm so excited. How you doing today?
I'm doing good, and I'm excited as well.
I'm excited too. What did you do to get ready for the show?
Well, I went and got my nails done today. My makeup slayed.
Yes, you look really nice. And you rocking your hair and your hair PrettyHairWeave?
Yes, of course. PrettyHairWeave for sure.
I love that.
Yeah, I got my hair done yesterday for this.
I love it.
Had my outfit laid out last night.
Was your husband helping you prepare over? Because we kind of talked about what we're going to talk about a little bit. Was he helping you a little bit?
Yeah.
Yeah, I love that. So I feel like you're like an influencer in Chicago to me. You have a business. I feel like you're pretty low key. You're a woman that you can tell she's about her business and nothing else. So I feel like I wanted to bring you here because I feel like people should hear from you. So I want to know where are you from in Chicago?
I'm
what
from
part?
The low end.
The low end.
Yes, I'm from Stayway. I grew up in Stayway Gardens. Of course, it was a project on 35th and State Street.
Oh, really?
So that's where I'm from. Yep.
Okay. And what high school
I went to Phillips on 39th. Yeah.
Oh my God. I don't know why.
Child.
Right. I would have never thought you were from the low end. I would have thought towards the suburbs.
Really?
Yeah.
Damn, I give suburban. Okay.
It's nothing wrong with giving suburban. That means you class. I ain't even gonna say that because I'm from the city. So, but I'm just saying I definitely thought she was from the suburbs.
Really?
I did.
Okay.
So what was it like for you growing up in Chicago? before you got into your entrepreneurship journey? In high school, what type of young lady was you growing up?
I used to fight, goddamn it. I used to be in the shit. So
Oh my God.
I grew up in a project, so of course you had to fight your way through.
So what, people was picking on you?
Me and my sister, we used to get bullied a lot, yep.
Why?
So,
what you
know.
think? What you think? Cause it's were you little to yourself?
I was always smaller, so I don't know if that was the thing, but we all fought. Big girls, little girls, cute girls, ugly girls. That's just what we did in the project. So I don't think it was nothing personal between us. It was just something we did growing up, fighting,
Right. So when you was in high school, were you already tapped into the hair industry? Far as were you doing hair or thinking about doing it or selling it? How did that even come into fruition?
No, actually, I was working at McDonald's when I was in high school. I didn't have an idea that I'll be owning a salon or even doing hair. I never did hair, for the record. I'm not a hairstylist, never was. But I started my hair journey working at the beauty supply. I just found a love for helping women beautify themselves. Yes. So that's where it started. When I worked at the beauty supply, I worked there 5 years prior to me stepping out on faith,
Right. And were you a teenager when you first started working in the beauty supply, or you was a young adult?
I was a young adult. I think I was about 23.
Oh, wow. Yeah. So, and for the record, my very first sew-in was with PrettyHairWeave.
Really?
Girl, yes. Even my mama would tell you, what was it? I think I was in 8th grade. I was graduating.
Wow.
And we was riding around because you had your salon in Lacuna?
Yeah, I had a studio in Lacuna. It wasn't even a salon, just a small studio where I sold hair at.
Yeah, so my mom was just driving around. We trying to see who we gonna get hair with. It was between PrettyHairWeave and Extensions by Mariel, the top two in the city.
Yeah.
So I went with the PrettyHairWeave because your marketing is just everything. You make sure you post the girls to wearing your hair. It definitely will make you want to buy it. So
thank you.
That's definitely my first time. That's when I first rocked their hair. So
thank you.
Yes. So so you said you were working in a beauty supply, and what year did you start your business?
I want to say 2010. I started in 2010, trapping out my car. I was working at the beauty supply and trapping, selling hair out my car too. Wow. I didn't have a lot of money back then, so I was doing pre-orders. So
yes, drop shipping.
No, I wasn't even. Drop shipping wasn't even out then. I was taking people deposit. They trusted me back then. I was taking their deposit, ordering the hair with their deposit, and when their hair came, I got my money. So that was my profit, and I just did that until I was able to save up money to go to the store and buy in bulk.
Right. Was it ever an incident where someone gave you their money and like something happened, or you always like everything was just flowing smoothly that way?
Yeah, I did deposits for a while, but somebody gave me their money before and it was fake. Like I met up with them and they gave me some fake money.
How did you find out?
I was counting it and I'm like, this ain't right. So I go back and approach the girl, and me and her end up fighting in the parking lot.
Okay, so you was fighting.
Yeah.
I can't even see
like,
you fighting.
I know I'm smiling now, but don't try.
I feel
don't
the
try
same way.
Me.
Exactly. So we all know that your first salon was in Lacuna Law. So how was that? Because I know it can be difficult running a shop and you have, you know, multiple women. I know it'd be times where people might not pay you on time, or you know, just things that can like throw off your business even just a little bit with you owning that suite. And I know them suites in Lacuna was high. So that's what I think. I don't know. I might not know, but I feel like Lacuna was a little pricey. So how did you deal with working with multiple women in a salon, and how did you come about even picking that as your first spot?
So Lacuna Laos wasn't a salon. It was just a studio for selling hair. And it was like 320 square feet. So it wasn't that big. And the rent was like $640. $640
a month?
Yes, I still got the invoice, like my receipts. My first salon was on 24th of Michigan. So that was 1,900 square feet.
That's pretty big.
I had that salon, I want to say 5 years before I transitioned into my suites. And like dealing with women and having to deal with people being late, that's just normal. You're going to have that. I be late paying my bills sometimes, so I understand.
So you real understanding.
Yeah, I understand. We have problems. We go through things. So I try to talk to them. Communication is key. Let me know what's going on. We can work it out. Now, if you think you're going to be 4-5 weeks behind, no, we're not going to do that.
Right.
But 2-3 weeks, I understand that.
2-3 weeks even?
Maybe.
You're really nice.
Maybe.
You're a sweetheart.
2-3 weeks, depending on who the person is or what the situation is.
Yeah, the circumstance.
Because some people fall behind and it's a reason, you know?
Or clientele not.
And they may be good people. So it's like just this one incident, they fall behind. You don't put them out for that. I ain't like that. I know business is business, but at the end of the day, I do have a personal relationship with some of them. So I understand sometimes we may fall short and we may need help. So I'm willing to work with whoever.
Okay, that's really nice of you, because I had a boutique, and you know, sometimes people be late, and I was just like, okay, like you gotta really have that mentality where you're understanding and like you just know your people. So I like that. I admire that about you, that you got a heart for people, because it get a little difficult, because we in Chicago, like some girls can take advantage of you, or they feel like you too nice and you too soft. So it's like, girl, I'm not paying you anything. And then you realize they don't pay you anything sometimes. So that does be happening.
I mean, I've had that issue where people don't pay me. And I've had that issue where I done got into it with people about certain stuff, you know. But that's what comes with running a business, you know.
Exactly. So recently I see that you and Stacey Mack, Polo G mom, and she's also a manager. Hey girl, come to the show. You guys was on live. So as soon as I seen that on Instagram, it said MzRonneisha going live. What's going on? Because our show is coming up. So I see that you guys have a giveaway going on. So can you elaborate more about that, and like how is that, like what made you want to get into that?
So I love giving back to my community because I come from poverty. I didn't grow up with a lot of money, so I feel like it's always best to reach back at your people and give back when you can. Last year we did a Bell's Bondsman where we bonded our women, single parents that are women for Mother's Day. And we just wanted to give back to the ladies that couldn't afford bonds. It wasn't no real high bond, but it was petty, you know, petty offense. So that was the first giveaway we did, which was last year. And this year we wanted to do something different, so we did the prom giveaway, and we giving away like our gently used dresses.
And I know you probably got a lot of dresses and stuff.
I do. So I'm gonna give them away because I'm not gonna wear them again. You know, we get an outfit, put it on, don't wear it again. So
take a picture, never wearing it again.
So why not give it to the ladies that could use it?
Exactly. So when will this take place?
It's gonna be in Atlanta this year.
Atlanta?
Yeah.
I need to hop on the plane.
Yeah.
Okay, so is it gonna be like where young girls, like they have to come and get these items, or like how you guys going about that part?
So they have to email us, letting us know why and what's going on, why you want it. When they come, we're gonna have a tailor there. They're gonna have a tailor to fit the dresses to them directly. That way they can leave with it fitting them how they want it to fit, and go about their way.
Okay, I really like that. That's sweet. Like, I want to do something like that too, but I want to do it like a back to school. Have you done like a back to school thing?
I've done a back to school.
I like that.
Oh my God, it's a lot, especially when you're doing kids' hair. I did a back to school giveaway.
You had somebody doing hair and stuff?
I had so we did a back to school giveaway probably like 3 years ago, maybe longer than that. It probably been like 3-4 years ago. We did a back to school giveaway, and when I say we promoted it probably a week, and we had so many kids in there, child. I don't think we ever do that again.
It does look difficult, and you got to get the backpack, the supplies, but it's good.
Giving the backpacks away, the supplies, that stuff was nothing. It was just like all the kids coming to get their hair done. That was so stressful because we wanted to make sure we got everybody in that came, and it was a lot because a lot of stylists was tired. They was ready to go home, so that's the only thing I didn't like about the giveaway. But everything else, as far as like giving away the backpacks and the school supplies and stuff, it was nice.
Okay, that's really nice. Yeah, I'm thinking about doing that.
Yeah.
So, let's get into some topics. So, MzRonneisha is a married woman, and I love that. Like, you're the first married woman I ever had on my show. So, it's like the topics, I feel like, we're going to be a little bit more respectful. We have her husband on the set as well. So, he's here, so we're not going to get too juicy and stuff, but we're going to talk about some things. So, with you being a married woman, how do you balance your friends? Like, do you have single friends, and do that interfere? Do you feel like it's certain things or certain friends that you can't hang with because you feel like it could jeopardize what you got going on? You don't feel that way?
No.
Because I feel like, okay, me being young, like, I do have some friends in relationships, for example, and I feel like the boyfriends, they never like the single friends at all. Like, they feel like the single friends could be an influence or, I don't know, stuff like that. So it's like you got your own mind. Like, you feel like your friends' day decisions can't affect you.
So here's the thing. You have to have communication. You have to have trust within your relationship. I have single friends, and they're my friends that I go out and party with. My married girls, I got half of my friends are single, half of them are married and happily in a relationship. When I'm outside, I'm with my single friends. I love it, and my husband is okay with that because he know I ain't going out to cheat and be a single woman because I'm married. So
exactly.
I don't think that affect my relationship. I don't know about other people, but as far as me and him, we have we have a good, strong relationship, and he trusts me and I trust him. So as far as my single friends and my married friends.
Do you mix friend groups?
I do.
Is that good?
It's not. No.
I don't know. Like, you know how people say you have certain friends for certain things. So people keep their friends a little separated. So you don't do.
So I have combined my friends in the past, and I regret it. I ain't gonna lie. So now I kind of keep them separated. When I'm having an event for myself, then yeah, they all can link together. But I do try to keep all my friends separated now because
why do you regret
it? It get messy because it got real messy having my friends together. Like, they territorial over me. I swear to God, they are. Yes. And it's hard, So I kind of keep them separated now.
Okay. Yeah, I have friends that I'm territorial over too. I'm just like, this your best friend too? Like, I don't like it. It do get a little messy. Like, I don't know why us women are like that.
Yeah.
Okay, so do you deal with envy and jealousy? Like, do you feel like you can go in a room and people might be intimidated until you open up and actually speak, and like they're like, oh, like she just like me, because you be real fly. Like, I know how other women can be when they see like another woman that's really on her shit. She fly, she married, she got a successful business. So like, do you deal with that?
All the time. I swear, like, I'm gonna say 2 out of 3 women feel like, oh, she's stuck up, or she thinks she the shit, until I step in the room and I start talking and acting crazy. They be like, oh my God, I didn't even know you were like that, and it's just like, sit down, wait, chill. You
Just
can't
give me a
judge
second.
nobody yet, you know?
Yeah.
You can't judge a book by its cover until you decide to sit down and have a conversation with the person. And that's the thing. Yes, I do. I deal with it all the time, but it's life.
Yeah, so you just let it roll off. So when people, how do you recognize, like, I don't know if you ever had somebody like close to you, like a friend or anyone, how do you recognize like envious ways, and you like, how do you separate yourself from those? You feel like it's some type of tension, or you feel like they're not for you?
So when a person always bragging on what they got and
That's how you
what
know.
you got, I got that.
That's how you know.
It's something wrong, baby, because I'm not the type of person that care about what you got. My closest friends don't even like designer clothes, so that don't mean nothing to me. You know,
And that's
like,
how you know someone in competition with you when they, oh girl, I got them shoes too.
Yeah,
when it's
like,
too
I
much
don't
of
care about
it.
that.
Yeah, like when you know, you can tell, like you just know the difference. So that's how you like know a flaw with people when they do little stuff like
yeah,
that.
like I wear this designer stuff, but this don't make me, you know? So.
And how do you, like, people definitely like let their items be their personality now. So I like that you said like you wear it, but like that's not all of you. Like you just fly. Like that's it.
Yeah.
Fly on fly girls talk.
Yeah, that's why I can't fly.
Yes. Okay, I like that. So recently on my Instagram, I had asked everyone what they want us to talk about. So I definitely got a lot of pretty hairballs comparisons. I did, and I'm like, okay. Why do people, I'm trying to see, is it the name? Like, what are we comparing? Because both of y'all are beautiful brown girls. She's petite, like you're petite, but you guys don't look alike. So how do you feel about people thinking that you're pretty hairballs?
What's crazy is I was just on live last night and somebody like, you look like that girl Pretty Hairboss. And I'm just like, no, I'm not. We don't look alike.
Y'all don't look alike.
A lot of people say that, and I feel like it got something to do with the name, PrettyHairWeave and Pretty Hairboss.
And
I
it's
really
crazy.
feel like that's what it is.
Yeah, because I told someone I'm interviewing PrettyHairWeave, and it was like, oh, ain't that Pretty Hairboss? And I'm gonna be like MzRonneisha. I'm interviewing MzRonneisha.
Yeah, but
like,
still, I'm PrettyHairWeave. I'm located at 2010 South Wabash in Chicago. Okay.
2010 South Wabash.
PrettyHairWeave is owned by MzRonneisha. Pretty Hairboss is owned by Pretty Hairboss. We are two different people. Okay.
Okay.
So yeah.
So is it like when people do that comparison? How do you respond to it? Like, do they troll on the internet?
Nah, I don't get people that
It
troll.
just be people that in real life like they
asking.
think.
I don't know if they be just trying to see what I'ma say or if it's just like
a joke or something.
Yeah, like
right.
I don't know because I don't see the comparison, but maybe they do because we both are petite and we both are brown skinned women with the similar name. So I don't know. That's so weird, but we are two different people. MzRonneisha, Pretty Hairboss. MzRonneisha on PrettyHairWeave. Pretty Hairboss is Pretty Hairboss.
Exactly.
So.
And MzRonneisha is your real name?
Yeah, Ronneisha.
Okay, I like that. It's definitely, Ronneisha is giving me like Carisha. Like, it's like
Ronneisha,
real.
please.
All right, Ronneisha, please. Period. So, is it anything that you have coming up? Like with your brand, like what are you working on?
So, I'm actually working on a product line, Pretty Hair Products. I'm coming out with lace glue, lace tint. I'll be coming out with flat irons, hot combs. I'm trying to do my own hair care line, so that's what's coming next as far as PrettyHairWeave. I'm also renovating a property that we're doing. I just purchased last year.
Yes.
And that'll be a restaurant, so I'm looking
Is this your second property?
Well, I own my home too, so
Okay.
yeah, I'll say this is my second property, but this is my first investment property. So we'll be opening up a restaurant, hopefully this fall. So I'm about to
you're
dib
doing
and
big
dab into that.
things. I like that.
Yeah.
Speaking of property, so recently you made a post and you had bought an investment property, right? For the price of $600K. Okay. But before you got that property, you bought a Bentley truck, correct?
I ordered a Bentley truck.
Ordered a
I didn't
Bentley
even buy
truck.
it. I ordered it, paid, put my down payment on it. Yep.
And then they was like, it's here.
Yep. They called and told me they were.
So, and I was following the story. So they called you and your car was here, and then you decided not to get the car.
So at the time, when they called me, which I believe was last year, right before I purchased the building, they told me that I had to put down a significant amount of money for the car. And I wasn't trying to pay that. I'm not about to put that amount down for no car. I ain't gonna lie, I'm gonna be transparent. If I'm gonna do that,
I might as well do that.
I'm gonna go buy me a property. Like, I'm gonna go invest my property, my money. I'm gonna invest my money into something that's gonna count, you know? Generational wealth is more important to me right now. And I feel like that'll make me more money down the line versus me going to buy this car and driving off the lot and it, you know, lose value as soon as I drive off the lot.
And it costs a lot to even maintain those cars. So that's a very smart decision.
I ain't say I wasn't going to get
you still might.
I am. Ain't no, I still might. I'm going to get me another car. But first, I wanted to invest my money.
Exactly.
And then go back and do
like that'll be your treat to yourself after doing something smart.
I might do a tax write-off on it. You know how.
Tax write-off. Okay. Okay, so you know how on the internet it's like it's girls that want purses and it's girls that want properties and stuff, things of that nature. So when you did make that post saying that you chose to pick the investment property instead of the car, it kind of made people feel some type of way. So how did you deal with that? Like, I'm sure it's girls like, what's wrong with wanting both of them? Like, why I gotta be one or the other? So it was just kind of like, I'm sure females are looking at it like who she thinks she is, you know, picking this over that and trying to make us feel bad because we don't got a property. We'd rather get the Bentley truck. So how did you deal with that? Like, did you ever, like, make a response to, you know, let the girls know? Like,
I never responded. I had somebody make a post about it, and I never responded because why should I have to? This is my opinion. This is how I feel about the situation. If I decide I want to take my money and invest it, then that's me. If she or whoever it is that then said something or has something to say, wanted to go buy a Birkin bag or another luxury vehicle, then that's what they want to do. Everybody is entitled to do what they want to do. I felt like buying a building at the time works for me. Ain't nothing wrong with going to buy your car. Ain't nothing wrong with going to buy your bag first. You can go do whatever works for you. But in my opinion, I felt like going to invest my money into a building was more important than buying a car at the time for me. So, yeah.
I agree. I definitely, that's something I even want to do in the future is get a property. Like, it's nothing better than having property pay for your lifestyle. Yeah. Like, and that's what that's what it's supposed to do. So I'm definitely like working towards that, and I definitely admire that about you. Like, you picking the real shit over the shit that just look good. Yeah. So that's what's up. I like that. So we all know that, like, you're like a boss female. Like, so, you know, we live in a time where women aren't that traditional. And I feel like it's crazy because, like, okay, you're not, if I see you and I don't know you, I wouldn't think that you're a traditional woman. Far as, like, you got a business, like, they feel like women are a little more masculine today. But it's hard to think that as well because you're also married. So it's like, do you feel like women should want to, like, need a man growing up in times like this? Like, or how do you feel? No.
I feel like every woman needs to have their own bag. What a man got is going to be plus, you know? You don't want to get yourself wrapped up into this man, him taking care of you, doing everything for you, and then he go and cheat on you and you have to stay in that relationship, or he decides to get up and walk away. Now you stuck. So I feel like anything that a man got should be a bonus. It shouldn't be something that you need. So yeah, you have to get your own money, in my opinion. That's just how I feel, and that's how I walk into my situation.
You feel like that make women masculine? Like, because that's not traditional.
Having their own money?
Having their own money.
No,
because I feel like money is I don't know why. It's not even that I think this. It's just something I'm noticing about the world. Like, even as a woman, if you post you got money, or even, it's like people take it a certain way. It's like an offense to men because that's their, I feel like money is a man's worth. Like, that's how they feel. They feel like whatever I got kind of is like my worth, and like that's how women treat them as well. So you meaning
like how our grandma grew up as housewives?
Exactly.
you know, our grandfather took care of them and they stay home, cook, clean. Times have changed, child.
Yeah.
We are not living in those days no more. So, no, I feel like it's okay. I'm still submissive to my husband, though. I'm still going to do
Exactly, and that's what I want to get into.
Yeah.
So, how do you separate the two? Because I'm pretty sure, like, you running shit all day, like, out there with your business. So, how do you, like, strip yourself for all of that and you go home and be submissive? Like, how do you balance?
I balance. I don't know how I balance, girl. I don't know. I'm a Libra. So
yes. Oh, my God, my best friend a Libra.
I feel like it just come natural because my child have so many activities, and then I gotta go home and cook.
You in mommy mode, wife mode.
Yeah, but still, like, my husband is a big help as well. Like, he cooks sometimes. The days I don't feel like doing it,
and
he
I like
do
that.
it. So where I'm slacking, he pick up. When he's slacking, I pick up.
And
so,
that's how it's supposed to
yeah.
be. Like, most people think relationships are
One-sided.
one-sided. And it's like, for example, like, it might be a time a man paying all the bills, and that's good. But it might be a time, like, because we all human, he might be down. So it's time for you to pick it up.
Yeah,
and there's nothing wrong with that.
At all. And if I have to, I will pick up and I'll pay all the bills.
And still
what?
treat
That's
that
my
person with the
husband.
same respect.
Yeah.
Exactly, because I feel like marriage is a partnership.
Mm-hmm.
And it's like a business relationship, too.
Yeah.
It's more than gender roles.
For sure. Like, it's nothing wrong with, you know, picking up the slack. There's nothing wrong with that on both ends, both parties. If you the man and you have to pick up the slack from the women and go cook and wash them dishes, go wash them dishes.
Okay.
It's same with the women.
Yeah.
If you gotta go pay a bill or two because your man ain't got it right now, do that.
Yes, and it's about being understanding.
Yeah. That's how a relationship gonna move past the bullshit. You know?
That's how it grows.
Yeah, for sure.
So do you feel like it's important to have a friendship first before a relationship? Like, how did even, because like I said, like, you're the first married lady I had on my show. So how did how did that even come about? Were you guys like friends first? And like, is it important to be friends first?
So, you know, my husband, he used to come in the beauty supply, come in my old job all the time. And one time his sister came in, and they look just alike. And I'm like, you got a brother? And she like, yeah. I'm like, tell your brother I want him. Like that.
Oh, so
I came at
aggressive
him.
thing.
Yeah. I came at him, and
that's funny.
One day he walked in, I'm like, did your sister tell you what I said? He like, nah. I'm like, I told her to tell you I want you. He like, what? Can I get your number? I'm like,
okay,
no.
that's good, because most guys don't like aggressiveness.
Yeah, I was real aggressive. I want you. You got to go after what you want.
You do.
Or you ain't going to get it. And that's just with anything, with a business, with a man, with a woman. If you want them, go get it.
Yep, just how I got you on my show.
Yep, go after them.
Okay, so boom. So it kind of just went right into like dating, or like you were friends?
We were friends first, because honestly, I was in a relationship.
Are you bad? You're bad.
We were friends, and then we just worked our way. We climbed our ladder. Yeah.
Okay. I like that. That's important.
Yeah.
So how many bad relationships you think you had to, like, because I'm a young lady, so like how long I gotta go through this? How many bad relationships you went through? Or it wasn't any?
Probably like 4 relationships prior to him. So 4. I guess they were bad. I ain't married to them.
Clearly. Okay, I like that. I like that. So it's like a lot of people, like when I ask your supporters and my supporters, like, what you want to talk about, like, they really just admire how you run your business. So a main question I got was, how do you go about budgeting and saving far as your business? So how do you go about that? Because even it was a time like I had my small business, and you know, you will make your sales, and it's like, I'm like, when do I pay myself? Or when do I, like, what do I do? Because you got all this money coming in, but it's like, you know, you have to put it back into it, but it's like, when can I get some? So how do you go about budgeting, saving, when it's time to pay yourself? Like, how does that work for you?
I don't know what type of system I use, but in the beginning when I first started, it was more so like I was in competition with my husband. So he'd tell me like, I put up this amount. Oh, you did? I'm going to put up this amount too.
I love that.
So we was kind of like in competition. He was putting up a certain amount, and I put up a certain amount too. So that's kind of like how I started. As far as like paying myself, if I make like $10,000 in a month, that ain't even in a month. I ain't gonna even say 10. If I make $100,000 in a month, I don't even, as far as paying myself, I would probably take like 5,000 from that 100,000.
5,000 from your 100,000.
Yeah.
I feel like
that ain't nothing.
That ain't nothing, but I understand where you coming from, because the hair industry is expensive. Like, buying all those bundles, that stuff costs to even make that big of amount of profit back. So I can understand why you would take that small amount.
Yeah.
But that is a small amount.
That's a small amount, because I got a lot of bills to pay. So
exactly.
Yeah, like I feel like 5,000 is enough for me a month to do what I want to do. If I want to go shopping, if I want to, you know, go take the kids out, $5,000 is enough.
5,000 is good. And we also know you have another business. It's your fur business. Like, how is that, like your second? Did that baby like come second?
Yeah.
So how did that even come about as well?
So I started Lavish Fur in 2018. I had a launch party here in Chicago, and I always, you know, I'm into like fashion, so I love to dress, and I used to shop for furs, and we didn't have no urban furriers here in Chicago. We had like Adriana furs, Cougar furs.
Yes.
They're owned by like white people, so they don't have like the good quality looking furs we wear. Like, we like bomber furs, crop furs. They don't have that. They got the big long, you know, I ain't gonna say grandma, but the big boss coat furs, you know. So I said, you know what, it's time for me to try to figure this out and do it myself. And I jumped at it as far as like, did the research. I'm still doing my research on it. I really don't know that much, but I know enough to sell furs.
Like, you got the idea of what you're going for. So do you plan on have you got your furs out to any celebrities or anybody that you want to rock your fur, that you feel like a Nelly? Who?
Cardi B been in my furs. Ari, she wear my furs all the time.
I love that.
Keisha Coles. I done made so many people. I'm highly blessed. I ain't gonna lie, because I done had so many people in my furs. Okay, so
and what I noticed, like, you know a lot of people, and like, how did you? Because you know Tay, and you know, like, how do you get connected? Like, how do you? Did you grow up with these people, or like?
So you know Tay from Chicago, and we always stay connected. Like, I used to sell hair, and he used to work in Lacuna when I was in Lacuna, so he'll send his assistant upstairs to buy hair, and one day I asked him to do a photo shoot when he moved to Atlanta, and ever since then, like, we've been connected. So, and
that's good. And I like seeing Chicago people still stick together.
Yeah.
You know, as y'all both elevate.
Yeah.
So that's important. And I did not know Cardi B was in your fur.
Yes, like, Cardi B want my hair too. So yeah.
Period. Oh my God. So what's next for like PrettyHairWeave though?
I don't know. I don't know. As far as like PrettyHairWeave, I feel like
the product line
is what's next. As far as elevating to the next level, I don't want another salon. I don't want another location. I'm okay with my one location.
And I know that's a trend too. I don't know if people doing it. I don't know if people just want multiple locations, but that's hard work. Like, I feel like, you know how people, they just like to say, like, I got this, like, I got that. So you okay with your one location? I'm okay with my one location. But why is that? Like, you wouldn't want one in Atlanta?
No, because I want to be there. I like to be hands-on in my store just to make sure it's ran the way I want it to be ran. And half of the time, I'm still not there, and it's not ran 100% the way I want it to be ran. So if I'm in Chicago and I got a store in Atlanta, it's not going to run the way I want it to be ran unless I'm there. So that's the reason why I don't want a second location. I don't even want a second location here in Chicago. I'm okay with my one location.
And where is it again?
20th and Wabash.
Okay, I need to come in there.
Yeah.
Give me some hair. I told my mama, like, girl, I'm going to interview on PrettyHairWeave. She's like, girl, I want some bundles. I'm like, we got to go up in there and see what's going on.
And come get service. I got like 15 stylists.
15? That's so many people to like manage.
Yes. So
you're doing great.
I'm doing okay.
You're doing great. I'm going to give you your props. Like, you're doing great, because I know it could be, like I said, it's difficult dealing with multiple energies, mixed personalities, so that's really good.
Yeah.
So is there anything, like, you want to speak on? This not going to be in the camera.
Well, it could be.
Oh, you okay?
I feel like a lot of us get wrapped up in, like you said, you asked the question, you said, how do you be connected with people? How do you get connected with certain people in the industry, I'm going to say? You have to put yourself in rooms with people. You can't just assume they're going to come to you. So if you see an event going on, if you see this person is going to be there at this location and they hosting a party or they hosting this brunch, the mean girl brunch as everybody say, go. Show your face. Let them know you in the building. I do this. I'm a hairstylist. I sell hair. I got this podcast. I want you to come on my show. You have to put yourself in the rooms with these people if you want to be known and you want people to know who you are. Because if you sitting in the house, how is people supposed to know who you are? So
I needed to hear that because recently, Lotto, Miss Mulatto, her name is Lotto now, she was just in Chicago, and I know her managers, and he recently texted me. He was like Lotto gonna be in town, you need to come to the shoot, you know, to get her on your podcast. And I don't know why, I didn't go. And I should have went.
You should have
went. And I feel like I just needed to hear what you said.
I feel like y'all be intimidated. And
it's not even I was intimidated. I think
you don't want to seem like you a clout chaser.
No, it's not even that. I think it was the wrong place. Like I wanted to actually. It was during a video shoot.
Okay.
Like, so when I introduce my show to someone, like, I want to come direct. I want to be a little more personal. So I feel like that's why I felt like it wasn't the right time.
Sometimes you got to get in where you fit in. So, I mean, after the video shoot, hey, my name Gabby. I got a podcast here in Chicago, and I'm trying to build it. She said she the type of woman that want to help. So you have to let them know what you got. She might not respond the first time, but if you keep on kicking the door down, kick them DMs down, they probably reply.
One thing about me, when you run in the business, you can't have no pride. Like, I don't care. I will DM everybody. Like, one thing about me, like, and I don't care how it look either. Like, I feel like Chicago people take everything as dick riding. Or like I get that a lot. And even though my show is a show to uplift women, I get that, oh, you kissing butt, like, you're dick riding or da-da-da. It's like, no, like, why I can't just genuinely want to put these women on my show because I like what they doing. Like, everything is looked at as if you're a dick rider, and it's just weird. So
it is, and that's just what comes with life. Everybody have an opinion. Everybody's entitled to their opinion. You can't care what nobody say. You can't care what nobody think. You got to go after what you want to do and blank them out. They don't matter. They ain't gonna help you climb that ladder, you know. So I honestly feel like people gonna have something to say, and if they ain't, then you doing something wrong. So if they talking, that means you doing something right.
Yes, I definitely embrace when people like down in whatever I'm doing, because that let me know your emotions involved in what I'm doing. So that means you tapped in.
For sure.
So I'm pretty sure you deal with that too. Like, you see people in your comments, and like I'm pretty sure you get a lot of reviews like, oh, this hair isn't.
Yeah, I had somebody write a review not too long ago, and she said that I mentioned something or said something to her son or something. I'm like, what?
Just make stuff up.
I don't even work my hair counter, and I have not. That week I went up there. I don't address people's children because I wouldn't want nobody addressing my kids. So it's like, why would you even go on there and write a review and say something like that? Unless they got me mixed up with somebody else. I don't know, but I'm just like, what the hell? Where this come from? You know, but it's life. And
so you don't even respond?
No, I didn't respond. I don't get offended. It is what it is, you know, because I know me and I know my heart. So it's
okay. That's good. Okay, so you told me, like, growing up, you kind of grew up in poverty, like, kind of in the ghetto. So where you are now, did you even see this for yourself? Like, did you manifest this lifestyle for yourself, or you didn't even think you could take it this far?
No, I did. Like, as a kid, I always wanted good things. I always wanted the mics. Couldn't afford them, but I knew I wanted the mics. When I was able to get the job, I went and got the mics.
Exactly.
So I feel like I did manifest it. But manifesting ain't gonna take you to the next level. You have to work towards your goals. You have to go after the goals, go get it, you know? So yeah, I did see myself in this light today. I did.
Okay, that's good.
Yeah.
And do you also feel like patience is key? Like, do you feel like if you didn't have, or, because I don't know, I'm not gonna lie, I'm not a patience is key kind of person, but I do want to work on that. Like, I feel like if I don't see it moving right away, I am one of them people that's like, okay, this must not be it, and you can't.
You can't
be like that because I'm learning that as I'm doing this, even this. Like, I be looking at my views. I just watch my views. I refresh. And it's like, this not going fast enough.
But you just started, and that's the thing. Patience is key. Like, we try to compare ourselves to, like, people that been in business for, like, you probably look at other podcasts and be like, damn, they got 1 million views in one day. But they probably been in business damn near 12 years. You can't compare yourself, and I try not to compare myself with another business because I know where I'm going, I know what I want, and patience is key. You gotta, sit down, work towards your goals, and wait until you see the results. And it may take time. You ain't finna get no $1 million business in 1 year unless you're doing some hell of a marketing.
Right, and I feel like people just jump.
It takes time. Yeah, it takes time, and you can't jump, especially if it's something you like. If it's something you like,
genuinely, yes, like you
do it and keep working at it, and it's gonna take off. But patience is key. I really believe that.
I believe it too sometimes. But that's another thing too. Like, people jump into certain businesses and they see it's working for you. Yeah. So they feel like, oh, this is gonna happen for me fast.
They do. A lot of people do that, and I've had people that say, you know what, I'm gonna sell hair because you sell hair and you making a lot of money. I get men come in to buy hair for their women, and it's a line full of ladies in there buying hair, and they be like, damn, this a good business. I want to start it. Who the owner is? They teach me how to do it. Coming and asking for me, like, I want to know how to sell hair. And it's just like, if you don't like it, if you don't love it, it's not going to work out for you, no matter what it is. So
I learned that, like, you genuinely have to be into something for it to work, or else you're going to be doing it for the wrong reason and it's not going to last. Yeah, so
that's true.
I agree. Well, I really appreciate you coming on Fly Girls Talk.
Yes, thank you for having me.
Yes, so like I said, is there anything else coming out? We know the product line coming out. We got Lavish Furs, the giveaway. Is there anything else, like, we need to know?
Well, I got a restaurant that'll be opening.
Okay, and what kind of food?
We're going to do a brunch spot. So it's going to be a brunch location with liquor. Yeah. So
okay, I'm so excited. I love when Chicago, like, getting new things. Like, we definitely need that. We go out of town, and they got about 30 different brunch spots, so I definitely love that. Well, I appreciate you coming on my show, and we're going to cheers.
Cheers.
Thank you.